Hey everybody, it's Michelle LaVore and
Devin LaVore
coming at ya. We're hilarious. So today we just wanted to kind of talk about really our morning and how distractions can be really a time of good growth.
We're getting ready to have one right now.
Yeah.
little buddy's waking up.
Yeah, so basically our morning has been just kind of this very crazy morning as far as just distractions and the way that we were feeling. I know for myself, I was extremely tired this morning, and it was just like, I'm just so done, and like just beyond done. And then, we just had kid stuff going on, and we started trying to do our God time, and there was so much stuff just going on, and then at one point we were just like, you know what, maybe we should just let him go play. And
because it was during our God time.
It was like, this is like pulling teeth. I mean, it was just really
hurting cats.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
But then you were praying about it, or you went. Yeah, you went and prayed.
No, I just suggested to Michelle, I was like, I think we'll just be done after prayer, because we had done a lot of talking, and, we had to encourage ourselves in the Lord, so to speak, and we were getting over that part, and it was just so many external and internal things that were pulling for our attention, and false visions, and it was just a barrage of just little darts. Thrown from the not full on blown, the full blown attack I actually do better with.
Yeah.
Than the little pebbles thrown at your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's almost because it's like you don't almost notice it, but then it just becomes really annoying after a while, and then you finally do have to address it. But it's like after a long time, and you're like finally.
Yeah. So then I was like, well, let's just be done, because the kids had been sitting there for like almost an hour already, and we hadn't even done God time yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's just be done after prayer. And right away the Lord was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to do that. And it was just on me, just like,
don't.
And then in the middle of someone else praying, I was like, babe, I changed my mind. We can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Lord's like, no, don't do that. And then I felt like the Lord was like, what are you teaching them if you do that?
Yeah.
You're teaching them like, oh man, it gets difficult. So we've just had enough today. It's not even 11 o'clock, but I was like, we've had enough today. We're just going to call it quits.
Yeah.
We're going to call it quits when it gets difficult.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. It's like, you got to press through.
Just keep going.
It's like, what are they getting antsy about? So they can go play with toys? It's like, is that more important? It's like, no. Keep going. And then God time actually turned out really awesome.
Yeah, it turned out really well. But and even in that, though, it's still, I feel like this whole morning, I know for myself, has just been this pressing through, and even like I was thinking, I'll get to take a nap today, but I was trying to lay down, but my brain is going crazy, and so it was just like, forget the nap. But I just think like what we really learned today was to just go to God. Like, part of helping to change our heart was, Devin started to just say, like, you know what is true? Because all of us have just been really feeling just the confinement of being in our apartment.
Tomorrow it will be 10 weeks since we've gone anywhere as a family.
Yeah.
10 weeks. He'll be 10 weeks tomorrow, pointing at the baby you can't see.
Yeah.
But he'll be 10 weeks tomorrow, and seriously, we haven't gone anywhere together in the same car as a family. Like, in that 10 weeks, we've only gone one place as a family, but that was separate, because one of our friends came and picked us up, took us back to their house. That was fun. But apart from that, we literally have not gone anywhere.
Yeah,
in 10 weeks,
and the kids will get out, and like Devin will take them to the grocery store.
We'll do like one-on-ones. The one-on-ones are really prospering right now.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we've wanted to do, but it's like, that's all we can do right now.
So I think all of us are just really feeling the pressure of being where we're at.
The weight of the weight.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. The weight of the weight. And it was just kind of getting kind of everybody down this morning, and I think just all of the stuff that was going on, and so it just built up this pressure, and we were talking about how, you know, when the pressure of life really gets on you, you start to like squirm, and it's like you want to figure out, okay, how can I release this pressure? And you're just going, you know, and you just start thinking, well, maybe we'll just skip God time today. Maybe we can do this or we can do that, and
Bad idea.
it's like, no, like, okay, be in that pressure.
Don't skip out on the one thing you need.
But
you know?
go to God. And so, you know, Devin started talking about how it's like, no, God, we have a set date. Like, God is going to deliver us. He is our deliverer, and just kind of focusing us back on to what is true.
What is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like the Lord's been saying to me since last night. He's been pressing on me like, heaven is your reality. You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep going.
And
Come here, buddy.
Like, I know even for myself, like, I was, you know, just the frustration. It's like, man, I can't take a nap, and, you know, here it comes again. But God just reminded me, like, no, I am your source of strength. I am your source of joy and peace. And it's like, it doesn't matter what's going on. You know, you could be having to go to work and you're exhausted, and then, you know, your coworkers, maybe somebody wasn't nice to you, and, you know, you're just having, you know, one of those terrible, no good days where you're just like, ugh, okay,
movie,
maybe,
the
yeah.
one very terrible, no good, very bad day, or something like that.
There's a book about something like that too.
Just one little step over.
And
there you go. Because you got plenty of room on your side. I'm getting edged out. I feel like I'm in the bed. You do. You take up the whole bed, and I get like this little bitty space on the bed, like that much right there.
That's your bed down there.
Yeah. Anyway, distraction.
Yeah. Okay.
Serving up hot and fresh distractions today. No.
So we've all had those days where it's just, you feel like everything is going wrong. You feel just like at the end of your rope. And
the day hadn't even really started.
And the day hasn't even started, and you're just thinking, man, I wish I could push the reset button, or maybe, you know what, this whole day is just shot. We'll try it again tomorrow. But the other day when we were just kind of in some really, really intense, just spiritual battle, I felt like God gave me this picture of in heaven. There's this place. It's like this large room, and it was kind of like a banquet hall, and it was completely just this like golden color. Like everything was golden. There was, I mean, even the food on the table still had this like luminescent golden color. And
golden fruit.
Yeah, everything.
That must have been tasty.
It was. But and then when I was picturing it in my mind, this person comes in and they're dressed in like the armor of God. There's definitely a soldier, but they just like had their helmet kind of like tucked under their arm, and they come in, and Jesus was in there, and he was like, "Come, all ye who are weary and need rest." And he was just like,
he spoke in the King James.
He did.
He said, "Come all ye."
Yeah, come all ye.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, cool.
Because that's how he talks.
Did he have a British accent?
He did.
Okay,
You didn't know that, but Jesus was
all
British.
my London friends are going, "That's not British, man." That's not.
But anyway, so he was just saying, come and rest with me. And so, like, as I'm getting this vision, I'm just thinking, oh, okay, so God, you want us to rest, and then, you know, we'll go back out and fight. But then he was telling me, he's like, but this is open to you all of the time. There's no time when this room isn't available, basically. This isn't just a one-time vision or picture to help you get through. He was like, no, this is always there, always open. And it's just really that it's like you can go to Jesus anytime, because we're always in a battle. It doesn't matter what day it is. It's just, I think some days you really feel the intensity of it. Other days maybe not so much. But either way,
always
it's
there.
always there. And so it's just like when you are, even if it's just those pebbles that are coming against you, it's like, okay, just go to God, go ahead and rest in Jesus. And like, even like for me, I mean, today, just being so tired and exhausted, we haven't really had good sleep for
last couple days,
a
really.
while. I think for me, almost a week, really,
Yeah.
of not having great sleep, really sound sleep. And so it catches up to you. But I'm telling you, like, when you go to God, He actually is your strength. He's better than, caffeine or a 5-hour energy, which I don't know, you might disagree, but but He really is. Like, I'm standing here right now telling you, like, I could just, like, if I really wanted to and my brain turned off, I could just fall asleep right now for hours, and it would be awesome and wonderful. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it depends if you actually get to sleep. But it's like, but God has really, I feel like He's giving me the energy and just what I need to go through my day.
And what are the, can I?
Yeah.
And what are the purpose of distractions? It's to take your eyes off of something and put it on something else.
Yeah.
And it's like, if the life in and of itself can be a distraction, like Jesus said, the cares of this world will distract from the word sown into you.
Yeah.
And right now I just know in the spirit, I guess I could say that there's a lot of people right now that are falling away from the promise that God gave them, falling away from the dream God gave. They're tired of waiting, and they've really moved on with life. And what's happening now is they're not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
They're not praying about it. It's not even in front of them. There is no joy set before them. Now it's just career goals and even ministry goals. That's really scary when you separate yourself from that intimate connection with God, and then you're just off doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing the work of God without the intimacy and presence of God. That's Pharisee School 101 right there. And it's like, it happens to us, It's like, you don't want to judge people that happens to. You really want to do what you can to speak life back to them and breathe into them. But it's like, that's what that distraction's trying to do. That little bitty pebble, that little dart thrown at you, because it stings and it hurts, and this has to be done today, and this needs to be, oh man, that should have been done 3 days ago, and it's still not done.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, where's provision? Because that's always a constant thing. And oh Lord this, and oh Lord that. And it's like, oh, it's just too much. I'm overwhelmed. I want to go crawl under something and hide, or do whatever we do to often self-medicate ourselves from the stresses and pressures and depression and anxiety of life or whatever. And it's like, that room is so important. It's because it's like, I'm going to come and I'm going to feed on the promises of God. I'm going to come and feed on that constant, always there presence of God. That's one of God's names, right? Jehovah something, like Jehovah, like ever present. I'm always present.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And it's just like, it's like, I'm just going to do that. And it's like, and again, the Lord's like, that's what I did. I was like, I'm raising up the shield of faith here this morning, because I just knew that my family was in such a down place. Our morale was very low.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? Is God our deliverer? Is God our deliverer? And I was making them respond to me. I was like, is God our Savior or what? Has God given us a promise? He is our deliverer. He's getting ready to do what only He can do. That's the kind of God He is. We're in a situation where only God can be the answer to what we need. Yeah, will He use people? It doesn't matter how. We're not concerned with the how and the when. We already covered that in the previous video.
Yeah.
But for my family, I'm just like, it doesn't matter. It's like, is God God? And it's like, you gotta kind of like Coach Carter yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta raise yourself up. You gotta be like, hey. And that's, I think, what David did all the time. When he talks about he encouraged himself. It's like, that's what he did. He was like, listen, why are you downcast, oh my soul? God is going to act. Every single solitary promise that see, and that's what the distraction tries to get your eyes off of. Not many days from now. Well, exactly how many days? It doesn't matter. The Lord said not many days from now. The Lord said he has a scheduled appointment for your breakthrough. He said, focus on that is going to happen, so that when you focus on what the Word of God says, then it can help you endure. Man, I hate those air conditioners. Anyway, there's air conditioners right outside our window, and they make just terrible noises. But distraction. But it's like that's what I think that banquet hall is all about. And it's even more than just focusing on the promise and vision that God's given you. It's just feeding off of who he is, and that fact that heaven is your reality.
Exactly. And just really just enjoying, you can still enjoy God in the midst of
unenjoyable situations.
And I think what's really important too is it's to actually do the work that it's going to take, like actually go to God, because it can be a work in the sense.
And profess the word. Raise yourself
the
up.
Word.
Encourage
because
yourself.
It's really easy to just take those pebbles. You just go through the entire day, and you make it through the day, and you think, okay,
and the next day
if I just go to sleep, I'll wake up and things will be better. But it's like it's in those moments that you have to get breakthrough, because really it is a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough of your heart and your soul, even your flesh, because your flesh can be like, I'm angry, I'm upset, and you just stay there. How many times
you don't even think about praying.
You don't even think about it, or you start getting down and you don't encourage yourself to get back up, and things like that slowly can start to become a root. They can start getting into your heart, and so then you really have to just say no to the distractions and focus back on God. Go to God. Let him bring joy and peace into your heart, because that really is what God is. And like when I did that today, and I'm just telling you, it really does, it works. It's like God can bring so much joy back into your heart, even when there are so many distractions. And like
Isaiah, he's a distraction in this video right now. You didn't know there was going to be a living test, an example.
He's
they're like, I don't need any more examples, Devin. I got plenty in my life. Can you take him? Maybe he'll work better with you.
So just, in your own life, just be aware of, the little pebbles that start, getting thrown at you, or, the pebble in your shoe that you're just like, I'll just leave it there, and then you end up getting a big old blister on your foot. It's like, don't let those things cause unnecessary harm to you or the vision that God's giving you.
Or keep you from that room, keep you from that place in God that you can always come to him and feed on him and his word and his presence. And even if it's not distractions and it's full-blown assault, I mean hardcore, you can always find him. He's there with you, because the scripture says, he will call on me in the day of trouble. Well, that means you're going to have days of trouble. John 16:33, Jesus says, you're going to have trials and tribulations and stuff, but take courage, I've overcome the world. And if I have overcome, it's like if Christ is in you, then he who's overcome the world has already overcome the thing that's trying to overcome you. Dang, that was awesome. Thank you, Lord.
So when you are distracted or things are coming at you, honestly, you can even just, I think the quickest way is you can just say, Jesus, help. I mean, it doesn't have to be this long, drawn-out prayer. I mean, all you have to do is like, Jesus, help. And he will help every single time, and bring you to just a place of peace and rest in him, so that you can have victory in your day, have joy in your day, and and just continue to be focused on the vision and all that God has given you.
And it really will lift your spirit if you practice the principles. It's like I was telling my 7-year-old, I was like, these things that we're teaching you, your 34-year-old mom and 45-year-old dad have to practice. periodically, sometimes daily.
Yeah.
You know, it's never going to stop, you know. So we hope this was an encouragement to you guys as usual. And we will see you guys later.
Yeah.
Okay?
See ya.
Bye, guys.